racers chasing lights. Friday night, fight the night. Tires, body, grip, and tie. Victory slip in sights. Under the lights we ignite. Under the lights we ignite.
Woo! Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, welcome in as we get ready to rock and roll here with the Dirt Clash Super Street Series Friday Night Lights here from the beautiful Lucas Oil Speedway. These drivers are ready to rock and roll. They are ready to go to battle as practice slowly but surely coming to a close here, and we'll jump right into heat race number 1. No qualifying, random pilled heat races here, so drivers randomly being placed into a heat race and a starting position here to really mix up the fields here this afternoon and on the Friday Night Lights. As we'll get ready to rock and roll, we'll get ready to go back to battle here with these amazing dirt street stock drivers in just a moment. As you do see the timer running out right there, that means that practice is coming to a close. That means heat race number 1 is about to get underway. So these drivers are going to get loaded into the sim back behind the official iRacing base truck, and we'll get ready to set these drivers loose for what can be an absolutely amazing day of racing here again on Peacemaker Gaming, as again a double header feature here this evening. Dirt street stocks first, and then we jump to the asphalt for the MNT Cup Series to follow that. So these drivers jumping out onto the racetrack, it is Dustin Benton, the Big D Machine, the Throttle Down Motorsports, DCSSSWB Crave designs the Precision Auto Bodies. Number 34, that is Dustin Benton, who will start in the pole position to his outside. In the 41, that is Eric L'Oreal. Starting in position number 3 in the Reese's number 1 ride, that is Courtney Stevens. Courtney's outside, that is the 57 of Jeremy Akins. Starting in position number 5 in the 76 ride, it's the CrossFit Overton Machine, that is Brandon Van Houten into his outside in the Cocky Floyd Consulting. Sexton Paint and Body number 2020. It's Jacob Sexton starting there in position number 6. Starting in position number 7 in the 71, that is Joseph Pratt in the Tommy Gunn Custom 71 ride, and bringing up the rear of the field in the other 2020 ride, it's another Tommy Gunn Customs paint scheme here. Almost identical paint schemes there for the two drivers, both looking very sharp out there on the racetrack, as the Mad Dog himself, Philip Sexton, will bring up the back of the pack here in heat race number 1 this evening. Lori coming in says, let's go. My Brandon cheered up. Brandon Van Houten out there on the racetrack is down out at quarter number 4. We will see that green flag fly, and quickly Dustin Benton with a great launch open up a pretty sizable lead down into quarter number 1. Courtney Stevens sends it in. There's the 41 ride of, oh man, Eric L'Oreal up and into the fence there with the 57 ride. Hang on to it. The 2020 of Philip Sexton getting collected in that one as well. A little bit of contact there for both Philip Sexton and Jeremy Akins. Akins is going to take his car right off the speedway, as we'll take another look at this one. As this number 57 right in the middle gets a little contact there from the 2020 of Jacob Sexton, and then up the racetrack into the 41, down into the 20 ride. Sail tanked and up into the outside fence. Hard contact there as he will take his car off the speedway. Out in front, though, it is the Big D Machine, Dustin Benton, who leads the way. So Dustin at the front of the field. Courtney Stevens there in second. Then we see that 76 of Brandon Van Houten jumping up into position number 3. Joseph Pratt back there in position number 4 and looking for more here as he tries to roll to the inside of the 76 ride here for that 3rd spot on the Speedway's top 3 will transfer through. Everybody else will be going to our consolation race. As Eric L'Oreal back there trying to hang on to that 6th position. He's got pair of Sextons right there around him. It's Philip Sexton going to work around him here into that 5th spot. Now you see the 2020 of Jacob Sexton trying to take position number 6 away from that 41 ride. As they battle a little deeper in the field, Dustin Benton loves to see it as he starts to pull away from the rest of the pack here in heat race number 1. Luck of the draw got that Precision Auto Bodies Throttle down Motorsports number 34 ride the pole position here in this one, and he's making it count. He's looking to just kind of run away with this and try to set himself up for a wonderful day here at the Speedway. Courtney Stevens there in position number 2 with Brandon Van Houten holding on to that 3rd spot on the Speedway. Joseph Pratt a little farther back there in position number 4, and then we see Philip Sexton, Jacob Sexton, the 41 of Eric L'Oreal bringing up the rear of the field as Jeremy Aikens has his 57 DWR ride down pit side. As Dustin Benton out in front, he's got almost a 2-second advantage, so the best battle in the house right now is back here for this 2nd, 3rd, and 4th position on the Speedway. 76 and the 71 both trying to track down this one ride of Courtney Stevens. Courtney Stevens, though, in the Reese's Pieces number 1 ride, keeping himself right there in the 2nd spot on the Speedway, having a great run and a great drive here in this first heat race for that one machine. Brandon Van Houten still hanging on to that 3rd and final transfer position as the 71 of Joseph Pratt right there in position number 2, still within striking distance. Yo, Bryce Dickinson, Brycey Bear coming in with the heart reaction and the share here on the broadcast. Cody McCoy with the share and the like as well coming in, showing the big love here on the stream as Jeremy Sexton coming in with the heart reaction. Jeremy Vaughn Racing coming in, smashing that like on the stream, and Ernie Forbis, hopefully I'm saying that right, Ernie coming in as well, smashing that like button on the stream as my boy Denver Willman coming in as well, says go 76, cheering on Mr. Brandon Van Houten as the checker flag will fly. Van Houten will pick up that 3rd spot. Courtney Stevens there in 2nd, and it's the Big D, Dustin Benton, in cruise control, picking up heat race win number 1 here on the evening. As heat race number 2 will get ready to roll out onto the racetrack. Now, I do believe everybody here again this evening will punch their ticket into the A main feature event. Nobody's going to go home early. Everyone's going to get an opportunity to race here in this feature event. So, you know, it's going to be a lot of just kind of hitting your marks, learning what you need to do out there on the Speedway, and trying to, you know, set yourself up here for a great day at the racetrack, especially when it comes to our long, you know, green flag runs that we tend to see here at the Friday Night Lights in our A main feature event, when this track really starts to slick off, and what you got to do to be able to keep yourself out of trouble. As out in front here in heat race number 2, it is the DWR iRacing iFlag JRE machine of Jim Revis there in position number 1. To his outside in the Tommy Gun Customs number 4 ride, that is Joshua Sigler, and then we see the 07 of Tyler Brickford. We'll start there in position number 3. He's got the 2020 of Jeremy Sexton there to his outside. The 84 ride, the beautiful H&L Papa Mike Promotions END Farms Peacemaker Racing Team number 84, Bryce Dickinson will start there in the 5th position. He's got Zachary Lendy there to his outside, and the 20 ride of Chad Puterbo bringing up the rear of the field in the DWR iRacing iFlag number 20 machine. As we'll get these drivers ready to rock and roll here once again in this one, as heat race number 2 is about to get underway. Big Jim, grumpy old man Jim, is going to set the pace here as he takes him nice and slow down through corner number 4 there. Gets a great launch down the front straightaway. Quickly going to jump out in front, clear that battle back there behind him. Is there 3 wide back there for position number 2 on the Speedway. Bryce Dickinson poking his nose right into this battle. Here comes that 20 ride of Champ Puterbo, as well as Joshua Sigler already taking his car off the Speedway here. So Josh quickly came in and quickly left here in this heat race. The 4 wide up the racetrack. They go 3, almost 4 wide down into corner number 3, and it looks like just a little bit of a tail tag gets him up onto the flat banking there and into the outside fence for that 4 machine, and he'll take his car right down pit side. Is out in front. iRacing iFlag DWR number 57 of Jim Revis continues to lead the way. Jeremy Sexton there in 2nd. Then we see some contact back there behind him. The 07 of Tyler Brickford, the 84 of Bryce Dickinson, make a little bit of contact there for that 3rd and final transfer spot. Brycey Bear trying to jump up there and take that spot away from him. Here comes the 20 ride of Champ Puterbo right there as well. He's ready to bounce, ready to try to put himself into the show here if there is some contact there in front of him. If they open up the door, he may be right there, ready to pounce, ready to put himself into a transfer position here this evening. As Jim Revis leads the way, continue to keep this ride out in front of the field. Jeremy Sexton rolling and sitting pretty there in position number 2 is the Doghouse Chassis 5.6 graphics. Sexton's paint and body. Cocky Floyd Consulting number 2020 ride rolling there in that second position. Tyler Brickford back there in position number 3 with Bryce Dickinson. They're in position number 4 is the Sweet Tea Gang. Papa Mike Promotions, Mama Bear, number 84 ride rolling there on the outside of a transfer spot looking in. Champuterbo blanket a little bit back there in position number 5 in Zachary Lendy in the Lendy Motorsports number 01 ride. Rolling there in that 6th position is Lendley back there in position number 6 trying to catch up to our top 3 as we get a battle starting to brew here towards the front of the field. Jim Revis hanging on to this race lead with the 2020 ride of Jeremy Sexton starting to gain some ground, rolling the inside lane here, keeping the 2020 pinned down to the bump side, but this time through 3 and 4 he's going to try the outside lane here once again, see if he can try to close that gap or build up a bit of a run to maybe gain a little extra ground down here through 1 and 2 on that 57 as he's trying to hunt down Jim Revis for this heat race win. Tyler Brickford right there ready to pounce. Bryce Dickinson there on the outside of a transfer spot. Looking in position number 4, Jeff Puderbo. Zachary Lendley right there as well as man, oh man, Big Jim, and he's going to have his hands full. It's another big run right there for the 2020 of Jeremy Sexton. Sexton, he's there. He's to the inside. They go door to door, down across the line as the white flag has been displayed. So one more time around here for Jim Revis. Can he hang on and hold off this 2020 of Jeremy Sexton, or can Sexton jump up and take this heat race win away from him? Is down at a quarter number 4, a drag race back to the start finish line. It's Jim Revis picking up heat race win number 2. Jeremy Sexton there in second. Tyler Brickford in that third and final transfer spot is Bryce Dickinson, Chad Puderbo, Zachary Lendley bringing up the rear of the field there with Joshua Sigler, who is off the Speedway there in heat race number 2. As that will conclude our heat race action, we will get ready now for our consolation race. Once again, all of these drivers will punch their ticket into the A main feature event. Not enough cars to eliminate drivers or anything else, so these guys are going to get an opportunity to race here in this feature event no matter what. Right now as they load into the sim here again for this consi, all they're doing is really setting the pace here, getting a little bit of extra practice, trying to figure out these cars a little bit more, what they may need to do in our feature event, and they can kind of work on a little bit of their craft out there on the Speedway, maybe work on their setups to make sure that they have the best car possible here for this A main feature event coming up. And they're going to be battling for not only pride and and a little bit of skill out there and trying to learn a little bit, they're also going to be battling for starting position come our A main feature event. So if you win this heat race, I do believe you will start in the 7th position in tonight's feature event. So starting up towards the front of the field, getting a good B main could help you out for a solid day at the Speedway. But if you have more problems here in this consi, you could be starting deep in the field when it comes to our A main feature event. As out in front, it's Joseph Pratt, who will start in that pole position. To his outside, it's the 84 of Bryce Dickinson. The 2020 of Philip Sexton there in third with the 20 ride of Chad Puderbo there to his outside. The 2020 of Jacob Sexton there in fifth, and we see the 01 of Zachary Lendley there in position number 6. Eric L'Oreal, Jeremy Akins, our top 8 here in this consolation race, as quickly the green flag back out into the air here in this one. So the Friday Night Lights on Friday the 13th are really bringing on the spookiness here for the evening and for all these drivers, as anything can happen here on the racetrack. Being Friday the 13th may make things that much more crazy here this evening. I don't know, maybe it's a full moon outside as well. That's always a possibility, as Jimmy says, wow, 20 is a popular number nowadays. Yes, brother, 20 is a very, very popular number here in the series. We see some contact a little deeper in the field. Zachary Lendley gonna go around here. Little contact with that 57 of Jeremy Aikens. Let's take a look and see what happens here to the 0-1. As he sends it into the corner, you look at the 57 down low. He gets a big run, goes for the slide job over the 41. Unfortunately, just does not time that right and does not clear that 0-1 ride. And up and into his left rear quarter panel, going to spin him around the 41. Eric L'Oreal going to get a little contact into that, as well as the rides get rolling here once again down the back straightaway. They're going to keep on pouncing out there on the speedway. Unfortunately for Jeremy Aikens, he has pulled his car off the speedway. Zachary Lendley now deep in the field. Same with Eric L'Oreal, as they're going to have to try to pounce back here, try to work themselves back up towards our top 5 on the speedway. As Joseph Pratt out in front continues to lead the way. Bryce Dickinson in the END Farms Papa Mike Promotions number 84 right there in second. Philip Sexton in position number 3 with Jacob Sexton there in position number 4. And Chad Puterbo still running into some connection issues here with the iRacing iFlag DWR number 20 ride, as he rolls here behind a pair of 2020s right in front of him as he rounds out our top 5 out there on the racetrack. It's Joseph Pratt, though, who continues to lead the way here at Lucas Oil Speedway. Bryce Dickinson in tow, trying to hunt him down, as Philip Sexton trying to catch up to the back bumper of that purple, white, and black number 84. Can Philip Sexton get there? Can he put that Tommy Gun Customs pride? Almost identical paint schemes here with that car at the front of the field, both of them being created by Joseph Pratt in the Tommy Gun Customs paint shop, and both cars looking very, very fresh. A little bit more detail, a little bit more darker lines on that 71 ride to differentiate the two of them, and but both of them looking very, very sharp out there. That shiny gold, numbers and logos out there, man, look absolutely fantastic on these dirt street stocks. And all these guys, man, they put pride and joy into their rides. Each and every one of these cars out there on the racetrack looking very, very good this evening, as you see the 2020 of Jacob Sexton trying to hold off the 20 ride of Chad Puterbo, as Puterbo working down to his inside, but out in front, continuing to pull away over a second now between first and second, as Joseph Pratt looking to pick up this win. As Jeremy, definitely 20 is a huge number here in the series now, especially when you get all of them together. You get all 3 Sextons out there, you throw Chad Puterbo right there into the mix, you kind of get all of them. We had them all one night in a heat race, and it was absolutely wild, brother. It was absolutely not a good time to try to do it. I think we had all 3 Stefanskis in there as well, so we had 3 Stefanskis, 3 Sextons, 3 2020s, and a number 20 car. It was a heat race from hell for a broadcaster, but we got our done, as right now these drivers out here, they are getting it done as they continue to battle out there on the racetrack. The only big battle that we were seeing there for a little bit was Jacob Sexton and Chad Puterbo. Things have settled down now. Drivers kind of following in line as the white flag has been displayed. So Joseph Pratt has one more lap around here as he rolls the outside lane there, almost dipped over the banking there in quarter number 3 and 4. Now going to take it down low, gets a little tight, almost gets into an infield tractor tire, maybe getting a little cocky out in front as he's going to go for a little squirrely down the front straightaway, but he will pick up that consolation race win. Bryce Dickinson in second, Philip Sexton in third, Jacob Sexton in fourth with Chad Puterbo, Eric L'Oreal, Zachary Lendley, Jeremy Aikens, and Josh Sigler rounding out our field there in our consolation race. All these drivers will get an opportunity to race in our A main feature event. They'll be jumping out there on the racetrack, as Jeremy says, sheesh, time for number changes, laugh out loud. Trust me, brother, it's tough. It's tough, man. It is very tough to differentiate, all of the 2020 rides, everything else. I basically just got to color code each car, and there was a little while where they were all very close to the same color and same paint scheme, which made it even tougher for us up here in the booth. Now they're kind of going a little bit more different colors, which makes it a little bit easier for me up here in the broadcast booth is Denver. Says always a great job announcing. I appreciate that, Denver, coming in showing the big love here in this one. Is Adam Hawley Alexander coming in with the like on the stream. Johnny Nolan coming in with that like as well. Denver Willman coming in with that thumbs up here on the broadcast is Anthony Karf with the like and the share. Thomas Dennis coming in with the thumbs up here in this race, and same with Mama Schuller, Vicky Schuller coming in with that thumbs up as well. Rob Stefanski, Dave Morgan, all coming in showing the big love here in this one with those reactions as well. As Jeremy says, seen someone get DQ'd and kicked from a league for finishing a race like that once, laugh out loud. I think I remember that race as well. I do believe it was a specialty race brought to you by a broadcasting company with 3 letters in it, a lot of money on the line. It was something to do with fall and crawl, something like that, and yeah, I think I was up in the booth for that as well, and yeah, definitely got removed from the server for actions like that across the start-finish line. As Vicky Schuller, Mama Schuller cheering on Mr. Jim Revis out there as Jim picked up heat race win number 2 here on the evening. As Denver coming in says good race. As my boy Anthony Karf cheered on Jim as well here in this one. As yeah, Barnes is sick apparently, so that's a tough break. Normally we do see Charles out here on the racetrack. Unfortunately, no Charles here this evening. As Dave Morgan coming in as well. What's good, Dave? Dave coming in says, let's go Sextons. Cheered on the Sextons out there on the racetrack. And Michael Dickinson, Papa Mike in the house as well with the heart reaction here on the broadcast. How are you, Papa Mike, coming in, showing the love here in this one. Chris Peters with the thumbs up on the broadcast as well. As Jerry says, laugh out loud. Maybe it might be that race if I recollect my thoughts there on that similar circumstance out there on the racetrack. Is Tina Sexton coming with the heart reaction as well. How are you, Tina? Tina coming in, showing the big love. As Bones does. What's good, Bones? Bones coming in, showing the love as well. Says, hello, race fans. How are you, Bones? How you doing this evening? Coming in, showing the love over there on the YouTube channel. We got Jeremy over there as well. Says, good to see you, Aaron, as always. Great job. I appreciate that, Jeremy, coming in, showing the love there on the YouTube channel. My boy Johnny Nolan as well coming in, showing the love over there on YouTube. Says, let's go DWR, guys. Let's go. Johnny coming in, showing the love on all the fronts here this evening. Everyone coming in, showing the love here in this one. As Jafavo coming in with the follow. I'm probably getting that completely wrong, but Jafavo coming in with that follow over on the Twitch broadcast. I appreciate that. Coming in, hitting that follow button, becoming a brand new member of the Peacemaker family over there on the Twitch side of things. Over on the Purple channel is Lance Mortis coming in as well with the heart reaction. How are you, Lance? Lance coming in, showing the love here this evening as we'll get ready to rock and roll here. Just a few more moments to go, and we'll jump right into our A main feature event. We're going to take a quick break here, ladies and gentlemen. I'm going to get a drink into me, then we're going to get ready to rock and roll here with our A main feature event. So don't go anywhere, as you don't want to miss out on the racing action here this evening.
Engine roars, dirt fires, dust in my eyes. Adrenaline hits fast, life blurs spinning past. Bleachers packed, cheering loud, revving engines proud. Under lights we race, feel the earth's embrace. Friday night, fight the night.
Alrighty, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, you came here for a show. Well, here you go. As our main feature event is about to get underway. These drivers are ready to rock and roll here from the beautiful Lucas Oil Speedway for 50 laps of racing action. As Friday Night Lights, powered by the Dirt Class Super Street Series, about to get underway here this evening. These drivers going to get loaded into the sim, each and every single one of them looking for the win, but they'll be led down to the green flag by the number 34 of Dustin Benton. Benton will bring us to the green flag here this evening. To his outside in that 57 ride, it is Jim Revis in the JRE Racing I flag DWR ride there in position number 2. Courtney Stevens in the Reese's ride will start there in third, with Jeremy Sexton in the Sexton paint and body number 2020 ride rolling there in position number 4. Starting in the 5th position on the Speedway is the 76 of Brandon Van Houten. To his outside in the 07, that is Tyler Brinkford. Starting in the 7th position in the 71, it's our B main winner, it's Joseph Pratt. To his outside is the E&D Farms Bubble Mike Promotions number 84 of Bryce Dickinson. Then we see a pair of 2020s. It's Jacob Sexton and Philip Sexton bringing up our top 10 here on the Speedway, with Chad Peterbow, Eric L'Oreal, Zachary Lendley, Jeremy Aikens, and Joshua Sigler bringing up the rear of the field as we end all the anticipation with our feature presentation here for Friday Night Lights. With the Dirt Class Super Street Series out in front, it's Dustin Benton who leads us down the back straightaway here on our opening lap. Is there 2, 3 wide back there behind him? The Big D Machine out of corner number 4 will lead lap number 1 here on the evening. So Dustin Benton out in front here on the opening lap as he's trying to run away with this one. Courtney Stevens trying to stay here in position number 2 as the one ride quickly up into that 2nd spot, looking to have a great night here at the Speedway as Jim Revis sliding backwards here ever so slightly. Jumbo Jim all the way back now to position number 5 here on the Speedway, trying to hang on to that 5th position as he's got Joseph Pratt already working down to his inside as the outside lane just does not look like it's working too well. Contact up into the fence. They're bouncing around like pinballs on the front straightaway. Somehow or another, they all stay straight. More contact. Somehow, Jim Revis does not go around right there. A good piece of driving. Luckily enough, able to lean on each other and keep this race under the green flag. Unfortunately for Jim Revis, going from the penthouse now to almost the outhouse here on the Speedway as he's back in the 8th position. Right there in front of him is Courtney Stevens, and as everyone else is battling hard out there on the racetrack, Dustin Benton is loving every single bit of it. As the Big D Machine out in front of the field, he's looking to continue to pull away here, looking to continue to just run his race down on the bottom side of the Speedway, not make any mistakes, trying to keep these tires underneath of him and maybe save a little bit for later on in the evening. Because right now, he's just running his race. Everyone else trying to hunt him down, trying to catch back up to that 34 ride as Jeremy Sexton up 2 spots early in this race into position number 2, and same with Brandon Van Houten, who's now up into 3rd. Joseph Pratt up 3 spots there in 4th. Bryce Dickinson up 3 positions as well inside the top 5 now on the Speedway. As we see the first caution flag gonna fly here. So the caution flag out on the racetrack, and it looks like Courtney Stevens in the Reese's Pieces number 1 ride gonna run into some issues here. Down the front straightaway into corner number 1, and just looks like the one ride gets in there tight to the back bumper of the 20 machine. And unfortunately, as he gets in there, gets to the back bumper, Chad Peterbow has to check up right here. Just gets a little contact, a little checkup, and as he does, the 0-1 ride of Zachary Lendley gets in there a little bit too deep, gets into that left rear quarter panel. See the bumper come off that 0-1 ride. Quite a bit of damage for both of those competitors. Unfortunately for the Reese's Pieces number 1 machine, gets stopped there on the racetrack, and that will bring out our first caution flag of the day. So we will get them stacked up, racked up, ready to go back to green flag racing here this afternoon as these drivers will get loaded back into the sim, every single one of them looking for the win here again this evening. So each and every one of them still has an opportunity to try to put themselves into that winning spot, but it's going to be tough here. It's going to be very, very tough because Dustin Benton, he's the man with the plan. He's the master man here of the series. He's won a ton of dirt street stock races, and when he gets out in front, it is tough to knock him off this top spot, and he is going to try to make sure that none of these drivers can get around him late in this race. As right now, another great restart out of the 34 ride, but the 2020 hanging right there with him is Jeremy Sexton in position number 2. Now you see Bryce Dickinson up and into third here. So Bryce Dickinson now into that third spot on the Speedway as the Peacemaker Racing Team, E&D Farms, Papa Mike Promotions, the Mama Bear, Sweet Tea Gang number 84 ride up and into position number 3 is the 618 Engraving and Designs number 84 ride now into position number 3 on the Speedway. Brandon Van Houten back there in fourth is Joseph Pratt right there working to his inside as the CrossFit Overton 76 right trying to hang on to that fourth position. He's about to have matching cars surround him here on the Speedways. We do see Jeremy Akins take his ride down pit side here. So green flag pit stop for the 57 of Jeremy Akins. He's going to come out onto the track here. Not sure if we'll see a caution flag. No caution flag for Akins rolling back out, but he does come back out onto the racetrack right in front of our race leader, Dustin Benton. Benton able to make quick work of him here, rolls the inside lane and gets in front of the lap traffic. Unfortunately for the slingingdirt.com TWR 57 of Jeremy Akins, he is now a lap down out there on the Speedway. As Benton has worked around that 57, here comes the 2020 as the beautiful doghouse chassis ride rolling there in position number 2 with Jeremy Sexton trying to work and hunt down our race leader. Bryce Dickinson trying to hang on to position number 3 as Joseph Pratt and the 76 of Brandon Van Houten right there hassling his back bumper. Philip Sexton there as well as Tyler Brickford works to the inside of that 2020 ride here for position number 6 on the Speedway. Jim Revis back there in 8th with Chad Puderbo and Jacob Sexton rounding out our top 10 here on the Speedway is Zachary Lendley back there at 11th with Eric L'Oreal, Courtney Stevens who's going to go down pit side here. Jeremy Akins a lap down there in 14th and Joshua Sigler who did not come out onto the racetrack here to start this race. The one ride still down pit side, not rolling back out yet, so we'll have to wait and see if that one ride will come back out onto the racetrack or stay down pit side. It's out in front. The racing for Randy Precision Auto Body DCSSS, the Throttle Down Motorsports 34 rider Dustin Benton leads the way here for the Friday Night Lights Dirt Class Super Street Series here this evening as he is out in front looking to try to open up that lead once again. It's starting to build an advantage between himself and the 2020 of Jeremy Sexton as Sexton still in tow, still trying to hunt him down. We've seen no one really put a dent into the 34 ride, haven't been able to chip away at his armor at the front of the field as we do see now Joseph Pratt up into position number 3. Brandon Van Houten there in 4th as Bryce Dickinson slides back to that 5th spot on the Speedway. Philip Sexton there in 6th with Tyler Brickford in the 7th spot. Jim Revis, Chad Puderbo, Jacob Sexton rounding out our top 10 on the racetrack. You see that 57 rider Jeremy Akins now up into 13th with Courtney Stevens down pit side, but we see these drivers having to work around him, and that's tighten things up here a little bit more as you see that 2020 ride trying to hold on and hold off the 07 of Tyler Brickford. Brickford looking to try to move around this 2020 ride and try to chase down that 84 of Bryce Dickinson as Bryce right now up and inside the top 5 here, but everyone else looking to try to knock him out of the top 5 and move themselves a little closer to the front of the field. But right now at the front of the field. Man, this 34 ride hooked up. He's going to be tough cookie to beat here this evening as Mama Bear, Susie Dickinson coming in with that heart reaction. Damian Sharp coming in with that like on the stream as well. How are you, Damian? Damian coming in, showing the love here in this one. As man, what a run and what a race by all of these drivers, man. They've been putting on a heck of a show for us already in this race, and things are just going to start to heat up. Do we see some more contact, some more caution flags as we roll closer and closer to our halfway marker here in this feature event? Does somebody have something left in the tank where they can make a move maybe late in this race and try to figure out a way to get around that 34 of Dustin Benton? Or will he be the reflection of perfection here throughout the evening, leading it from green to checkered and keeping these drivers back there behind him? Will lap traffic become a play as we do see the 41 ride not too far in front of our race leader here? So Eric L'Oreal at a risk here of going a lap down on the Speedway. Zachary Lendley, he's a little farther away here, so we're quite a ways away from seeing major lap traffic for our race leader, but Dustin Benton's going to have to be careful trying to work himself around that 41. Eric L'Oreal will not want to give up that lap very easily. He's going to try to keep himself on the lead lap. If a caution flag were to fly, he wants to make sure he can still be in contention in this feature event as he rolls back in the 12th position on the Speedway. Dustin, though, at the front of the field, almost 2 seconds now separating himself and this 2020 ride of Jeremy Sexton. Joseph Pratt there in third with Brandon Van Houten in position number 4. Now we see Tyler Bregford up into position number 5. Jim Revis back to 6 as Philip Sexton, Chap Puterbo, Jacob Sexton are top 9 here on the Speedway as Bryce Dickinson slides all the way back to the 10th position here this evening and in this feature event. So a tough slide here from up inside the top 3 to now back to the 10th spot here on the racetrack for that 84 of Bryce Dickinson as we're going to jump into a quick Peacemaker Gaming crank it up as we're just over halfway in and halfway to go here in this main feature event. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, crank up that volume and cheer on your favorite drivers. We crank it up here on Peacemaker Gaming. Caution flag out there on the racetrack. Caution flag coming out here for the second time in our A main feature event as we will take a look and see what happens here is I did see it just enter the corner of the camera. I do believe that the number 2020, the pinkish purple ride of Jeremy Sexton, gonna go for a ride here in this one. So we'll take a look here, see what happened, as I do believe that's exactly Jacob Sexton actually who goes around here in this 2020, as it's rolling just inside the top 10 here in this 2020 ride. And unfortunately for the Cocky Floyd Consulting Machine, I don't know if he gets a little contact there with the door of the 20 ride of Chap Puterbo. Nonetheless, he does go for a loop-de-loop, has to get this car turned back around. And once this car sideways on the racetrack here and rolling back out onto the speedway, the caution flag is going to be displayed. So the caution flag coming out here for that 2020 of Jacob Sexton. So that'll put him back to the rear of the field here, as just gets on the binders. Unfortunately, loses the rear end, goes around. Nowhere to go right there for Bryce Dickinson, as Bryce Dickinson gets in there, gets a piece of him here, and some pretty good head-on contact here for this 84 ride. We do see Bryce actually down and off the speedway, down pit side, trying to get this car repaired, as he's going to see this 20 car go around right in front of him, right down onto his lap there, just barely able to kind of get up and out of the way there from more major contact and damage there for Bryce Dickinson, as we'll get him stacked up, racked up, and ready to go back to Green Flag Racing here in this one. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, if you guys have been enjoying the racing action here this evening, make sure you guys do us a favor. Hit that like button, hit that share button, hit that follow and subscribe button, as we'll get ready to go back to Green Flag Racing here in this one. As Caster plays, Caster coming in showing the love. How are you, Caster plays? Says, darn it, just missed it. Never mind. Guess who's back? Back again. I'm back. You're back again. We love to see you. Love to see you back in here, Caster. How are you, brother? How you doing here this evening? And he says, long time no see. Yeah, brother, where the heck have you been? You've been missing out on such amazing racing here this evening, as Bryce Dickinson says, broke the left front on the on an infield tire. My steering just didn't feel right. Oh well. Oh no, Brycey Bear. Bryce Dickinson may be down pit side a little longer here with some terminal damage to the left front of that car, and unfortunately he is down pit side getting heavy repairs done to that 84 machine, and he is off the racetrack. We'll see Eric L'Oreal down pit side as well in the 41. So a few drivers unfortunately did not want to see that caution flag, and one of them being our race leader Dustin Benton, as Benton now has the rest of the field right back to his rear bumper as we go back to Green Flag Racing here at Lucas Oil Speedway. A good jump and a good start here for that 34 ride, as he's looking to open up a couple car lengths between himself and the rest of these fast cats back here behind him. 2, 3 wide here behind our race leader Dustin Benton. That's exactly what he wants to see. He wants to be able to open up a quick lead here and pull away from the rest of the field to try to put himself into victory lane, trying to be the reflection of perfection here this evening, as he continues to show these drivers how to get it done with only 13 more laps left to go. So 13 more circuits here for Dustin Benton, this time at a corner number 4. He'll see 12 more laps. Can he hang on? Can he hold off the rest of this field? He hasn't left that bottom lane. He hasn't really been kicking out that rear end super badly, so he may be saving a lot of tires here for late in this race, and if he needs to use the extra tire to run away from the field, can somebody else have something here for him and be able to stay with them and compete with that 34 ride, as he just continues to hit his marks down low on the bottom side of Lucas Oil Speedway. Joseph Pratt trying to hunt him down back here in position number 2 is the Tommy Gun Custom 71 ride, rolling there in second, and they're 3 wide back here for position number 3. The 07 down low, and we see contact. Around goes a bunch of drivers. It's a pileup here in corner number 1 and 2. No caution flag on the speedway. We keep it clean and green here. No yellow flag, as we did see a few drivers go around, one of them being the 20 ride of Chad Puterbo. We also saw Philip Sexton getting collected in this one as well. So it starts with the 07 there, getting a little sideways, but then the 2020 ride here, Philip Sexton gets in there. Chad Puterbo gets a piece of him here, knocks that rear end loose. They both go sideways here through the corner. Then here comes Lendley into the picture, the 57 ride as well of Jeremy Akins, really nowhere to go. And then Jacob Sexton getting collected in this one as well. So a lot of contact, a lot of carnage down through 1 and 2, but no no caution flag. We keep it clean and green out there on the racetrack. Vicky Schuller says crap. Crap says Mama Schuller. Crap is correct there for the DWR. Number 20 rider, Chad Puderbo, but he still rolls out there inside the top 10. Currently being scored in the 9th position, but out in front, it's Dustin Benton who leads the way. Joseph Pratt there in 2nd, and Brandon Van Houten there in position number 3. Jeremy Sexton there in 4th with Jim Ravis trying to battle here for a top 5 on the evening as he's got Tyler Brickford down to his inside, and our outside pole sitter in the iRacing I-Flag, JREDWR Ryan, out in this 5th spot, but he is going to lose it now as the 0-7 gonna pull ever so slightly in front of Jim Revis here for that 5th spot on the Speedway. Philip Sexton back there in position number 7 with Jacob Sexton there in 8th. Chad Puderbo back in 9th as Zachary Lendley now a lap down here in the 10th position. Jeremy Aikenson out there on the Speedway up into 11th. Here's Eric L'Oreal, Bryce Dickinson, Courtney Stevens, and Joshua Siegler off the Speedway here in this A main feature event. Then Dustin Benton has been the reflection of perfection. The Racing for Andy, Precision Auto Bodies DCXSS, the Throttle Down Motorsports number 34 of Dustin Benton, this time by the start finish line, will click another lap off, and he'll see 2 more laps left to go. 2 more laps here this evening for that 34 ride of Dustin Benton is down the back straightaway into quarter number 3. Nice and easy out at quarter number 4. We're gonna see that white flag fly one more time around here for the Big D machine. Dustin Benton out in front, looking to be the reflection of perfection here this evening from Lucas Oil Speedways. He's led every lap so far, and for the final time out at quarter number 4, he'll see that checkered flag fly, and he'll cap this Friday night lights off with a perfect run here in our A main feature event and pull himself into the Lucas Oil Speedway victory lane. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, a round of applause, a huge congratulations for that 34 of Dustin Benton, who picks up the win here this evening. Joseph Pratt going to come home in position number 2. Then we see Brandon Van Houten there in 3rd. Jeremy Sexton, Jim Ravis, our top 5 here on the evening, but it's the Big D machine of Dustin Benton who's able to get it done and pull himself into victory lane. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, what a run and what a drive here this evening by all these competitors, man. That was a great race and a great day here on the Speedway. And make sure before you guys leave, if you guys do leave, we got post-race interviews coming up. You'll hear from our top 3 competitors out there on the racetrack, but make sure you hit that like button, hit that share button, hit that follow and subscribe button, and turn the bell notifications on. That way you never miss it when I go live here on Peacemaker Gaming, as we're gonna be live again later on this evening about an hour from now for another amazing race at 9 o'clock Eastern time here this evening that you will not want to miss out on. As we'll get ready to pull Dustin up here into the booth, he's going to celebrate down here, going to get that checkered flag, and he is going to do some donuts here on the front straightaways. We'll get ready to pull our top 3 up and into the booth. Great job, guys, and announcer. Awesome. I appreciate that. Mama Schuller always coming and showing the love here in this one. As Caster says, I'm good. Got a chapter of my life started today. Let's go. Finally got my work card so I can start working, but I'm going to hold it till I'm older, as I can't legally get any occupation to 16 unless it's farm work or mail. Okay, I get you. Nothing wrong with that. I saw your lives. Never got the chance to join. Hey, brother, it happens, my dude. Love the classy suit, broski. All suited up for the race. You know it, brother. We dress to impress here in this one. And yeah, there is a triple Stefanski family out there on the Speedway here this evening. Now, normally our Monday nights we see 3, 4, sometimes 5 Stefanskis out there, and the 3 Sextons as well. So there's lots of Sextons and Stefanskis here with the Dirt Class Super Street Series. But we're gonna get ready to pull our race winner up into the booth here, as Denver says, good job tonight. Thank you, brother, coming in, showing the love here in this one, as we'll get ready to pull Dustin up into the booth here. Let's see if we can find where he's hiding at here in this one. I'm in the wrong Discord. Let's try a different Discord here. This one might be a little bit better. Alrighty, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, our race winner, Dustin Benton. Hey, Dustin, it's Aaron up here in the Peacemaker Broadcasting booth to get a copy.
Yes, sir. I got you.
Dustin, brother, man, what a run, what a win. As you started on the pole, you led every single lap, and you were able to pull this ride up here into victory lane at Lucas Oil Speedway. As you can see here, fairly excited, or at least doing a lot of burnouts here, a lot of donuts for all the fans in the stands here this evening.
I'm sitting here trying to blow her up.
You might want to save that motor for the next time you got to use this car out there on the speedway, brother. But man, what a run, what a race, as you were able to run virtually the perfect race here this evening, obviously leading all your laps in the heat race and then leading all the laps here in this feature event. But it starts with that lucky pill draw, getting that top spot to start in the pole position for that heat race, man, really set you up for a great evening here at the racetrack. Do you chalk things up as a couple good breaks out there on the racetrack, and then just being able to run your race as everyone else back there behind you in this feature event duked it out for second? You kind of just set it on cruise control, just kept yourself out of trouble, just kept rolling there on the speedway here to bring it into victory lane.
Yeah, I mean, I said there was only one other person in the Discord, but I said in the Discord, I said, these guys are going to start thinking this is rigged, because I've started in the top 3 every race with the pill draw, and that's something that is not usual. I'm usually starting dead last in the heat race every time we do pill draw, so I guess iRacing's trying to make it up to me all in one season. There the motor went. But yeah, I guess they're making it up to me all in one season's all I know.
Absolutely, they're definitely paying you back here after a lot of these Pilljaw style races where we've seen you have to, work yourself up and through the field, making it easy work for you though here in this one as you start in that pole position. You lead all these laps. We have a couple restarts you got to deal with. We're getting a little bit nervous there a little later in the race, even though you were rolling that inside lane, really just hitting your marks, keeping a lot of tire underneath of you and not burning up the rear tires here on that street stock here this evening. But when you bring the rest of the field right back to your rear bumper, anything can happen. You're looking for those big jumps, those big restarts to be able to kind of clear yourself down into quarter number 1 from any big slide jobs or drivers that get in there too deep, maybe give you a bump to the rear end and knock you loose and around there on the speedway. What was kind of going through your mind throughout some of those restarts?
Yeah, getting a good jump on the restart's key here, because when you're rolling the bottom down there like I am, you're really backing up the corner and slowing the car down. A lot of times you can have somebody come from behind and get you, tag you, spin you out, not even mean to, but they're just driving the corner a whole lot harder than you. I mean, I felt like I had her on cruise control, honestly, when that second caution came over a 3-second lead, so I was just rolling the bottom real nice and easy and saving my tires and letting those guys race it out. Knew I'd have better tires at the end, and oh, 71 ride scared me a time or two on that last part, because he was driving her in deep.
Absolutely. He was driving it in there deep, trying to get to your back bumper, but can never get there as you're able to pull away and pull yourself up here into victory lane at Lucas Oil Speedway. In another episode here of the Friday Night Lights, powered by the Dirt Clash Super Street Series. Dustin, who would you like to thank here for another great run, another great race for that 34 run as you pull yourself up here into victory lane?
First and foremost, I gotta thank you, Aaron, for everything you do for us and always putting on a great broadcast. We had a little light car count tonight. I guess a lot of people were busy, but that's part of it because it's a Friday night. It's understandable. Gotta thank my guy, Wade, over at WB Creative Designs. This is actually an old paint, and I thought I'd run it tonight because it's got the American flag on it, and we just had 9/11. So I was trying to represent a little bit. And I messaged him this morning about doing some logo updates, and he jumped right on it and got it done for me. And that's the reason why I love the guy. He always does a great job and always gets on it pretty quick. Gotta thank Precision Auto Body Precision Bulldog chassis, uh, racing for Randy, my buddy Randy that's on the deck lid. Always thinking about you, buddy. Miss you. Throttle Down Motorsports and all my teammates over there. Got a great group of guys and can't thank them enough. Uh, Got to thank all the racers for coming out and racing with us and putting on a good show. Uh, and something I meant to tell these guys in the drivers meeting, I guess I'll just tell it over the broadcast. I'm sure most of them's either listening or will hear it. But the week of October 4th, we'll have to postpone the race that week because they have rescheduled the real life racing for Randy race that weekend. It got rained out earlier in the year, and they finally put a makeup date for it. So I'll be at the real racetrack helping out run the Racing for Randy event uh, that week. So 10-4 at Fairbury will be postponed. And then also 10-11 at Bristol will be postponed. So 10-18 will we'll have two more races the next 2 weeks, and then we'll have 2 weeks off back to back. So 10-18 will be Fairbury, and 10-25 will be Bristol, and then we'll have to go to the first 2 weeks in November to finish the season out.
Beauty. Sounds like a plan to me, brother. But Dustin, a great run, great drive here for you in this one as you pull yourself up into victory lane. Congratulations on another great race, and we look forward to seeing you back in action and back out there on the Speedway next week here for a couple more weeks until we take that little bit of a break.
Hey, how come it is when I win a race you don't take pictures?
Oh,
I
I'll
ain't,
get some photos for you, brother. Just
ain't no
jump in there
photos
and
last
remind me
week.
sometime.
I
Yeah,
didn't see no photos last week, and I didn't
you
see
gotta
no.
jump in there and remind me sometimes, brother. It's tough for me. I'm a busy man up here in the booth.
I know you are, Aaron. We appreciate you, buddy. Just had to give you a little help.
I know you did. All right, brother. Well, enjoy the rest of your evening. Congratulations again on the win here in this one.
All right, buddy. Appreciate you.
Alrighty, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, give it up there for our race winner, Dustin Benton, as Dustin coming home in the top spot, pulling himself up and into victory lane. Now, we don't have our second place finisher in the Discord here. So no Joseph Pratt, but Pratt with a great run in the Tommy Gun Customs number 71. Ryan coming home here in position number 2. Put on a good show, a good race there. He was up 5 spots on the Speedway and actually the hard charger here in this race for that 71 ride as well, as he was able to pick up the B main win. Started in the 7th position and drove up to a solid 2nd place run here this evening. So a huge shout out there to Joseph Pratt, our B main winner, and our 2nd place driver here in the A main feature event, as we do have our 3rd place finisher, Brandon Van Houten, waiting patiently here in the Discord. We'll get Brandon up here into the broadcast booth for his post-race interview. Hey, Brandon, it's Aaron up here in the Peacemaker broadcasting booth. You get a copy?
Yes, sir.
Brandon, man, a good run and a solid performance here for you in this one as you pull up in position number 3. Man, take us back through this one. A lot of great battle, a lot of back and forth out there on the racetrack between, you, Joseph Pratt, Jeremy Sexton, Jim Revis, Tyler Brigford. Man, you guys were kind of all over top of each other there. Same with Bryce Dickinson for a little while, but here's the dust settles at Lucas Oil Speedway. You're able to pull yourself up onto a podium with a solid 3rd place run.
Yeah, man. I try to follow my buddy Jeremy around. He's real fast. He's real competitive. But that last restart, I had to start on the Todic. It really kind of messed me up there. And I had nowhere to really go.
Absolutely, definitely one of those tough things when you gotta kind of get used to a different groove or trying to figure out, well, a different restart zone out there on the racetrack, and just trying to keep yourself competitive all night long is exactly what you did there. And even right there at the end, man, you were right there in contention for, a solid top 2 run, maybe even a race win if something happened to that 34 right at Dustin Benton. But Dustin having a perfect race, Joseph finding a ton of speed here in this feature event, and for yourself to be right there all night long, poking your nose inside the top 5, top 3 throughout this race, you got to be pretty happy with the outcome here, still being able to come home in that 3rd position.
Oh yes, sir, for sure. It was a real good points night for me. I've been really trying to get a top 3 and just working real hard to finally get one. It feels real good. And when I made that 3Y move on Jeremy, and can't remember the other guy's name, but it was just one of those deals. If I didn't make a move, it was possibly I wasn't gonna get a 3rd place finish. But Jeremy's real fast, and I was kind of hoping a caution would come out so I can get a decent start and try to catch down Joseph and Dustin. But Dustin was doing pretty good. He's always been real fast.
Absolutely, he's definitely one cookie to try to beat, especially when he starts at the front of the field and kind of controls the pace of the race. But here in this one, man, you guys were right there, staying with him for a lot of this one, putting the pressure on him, making sure that he had to stay honest out there on the speedway, especially when it came down to our checkered flag here at Lucas Oil Speedway. But Brandon, you pull it up here onto the podium, a solid 3rd place drive here for you. Who would you like to thank for such a great run here tonight?
And I gotta thank my mom and dad for giving me my little setup. If it wasn't for them, I wouldn't be in this league. And I gotta thank Dustin for getting this league going, and gotta thank you for broadcasting and getting it out there.
Absolutely, brother. It's always my pleasure watching you guys out there on the racetrack, duking it out week after week, and we look forward to seeing you back out there next Friday, and hopefully right back up here in the broadcast booth. Maybe one of these nights get you up here into victory lane.
Yes, sir. Hopefully I can get one more.
Absolutely, brother. Enjoy the rest of your evening. Congratulations on the great run here tonight.
Easy. Thank you.
Alrighty, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, give it up there for our 3rd place finisher, Brandon Van Houten, as he comes home in position number 3 here this evening. A great run and a great drive for that 76 ride. Unfortunately, that is going to do it here for us for another amazing Dirt Clash Super Street Series Friday Night Lights here on Peacemaker Gaming, as the racing action coming to a close here at Lucas Oil Speedway. We want to thank each and every one of you for tuning in and showing the love here throughout the evening. All the likes, the comments, the shares. I appreciate each and every one of you. Any of the new followers or subscribers, welcome to the Peacemaker family. Welcome to the Peacemaker crew. And I can't thank you guys enough for showing the love here throughout this one. And make sure you guys turn those bell notifications on. That way you guys don't miss it when we go live here on Peacemaker Gaming, as we're going to be live here again in about 45 minutes from now, as we'll go back to action with the NASCAR Cup cars, with the MNT Cup Series live from Kansas Speedway later here this evening. About 45 minutes from now, we'll be back in action with our 2nd broadcast of the night. But thank y'all for tuning in. I'll catch y'all in the next one. Peace out for now, baby. Peace out for now, ladies and gentlemen. Woo! What a run. What a race. That was a ton of fun. Richard! What's good, Richard? Richard coming in, showing the love, as well as Theo Lee coming in with the like on the stream. Richard with the like and the share. And my boy, Chad Pooterbo, coming in with that thumbs up on the broadcast as well. I appreciate that, guys, coming in with the late love here in this one, as we'll see you guys back here in just a little bit for our 2nd broadcast of the evening. Peace out, ladies and gentlemen. Peace out, baby.
Engine roars, dirt fires, dust in my eyes. Adrenaline hits fast, life blurs spinning past. Bleachers packed, cheering loud, revving engines proud. Under lights we race, feel the earth's embrace. Fight night, fight the night. Racers chasing lights. Friday night, fight the night. Tires, body, grip,